What is up, Freedom Nation? In this video, we're gonna talk about the 4 best business models for you to start in 2019 so you can get the best returns. So in order for this video to make sense, I decided to break it down into 3 main categories. Number 1 being barrier to entry in regards to cost. Number 2 being the structure of the business. And number 3 being the overall returns that you can expect to make. Let's get into it. First on the list is Amazon FBA. So what is Amazon FBA? Amazon FBA is simply getting a product that's shipped from another country, outsourced from a manufacturer, landed from either India or China or any other website, or even sometimes in the US if you're lucky enough, so that way you can repackage it, slap your own label on it that you can have created from Fiverr or Upwork.com or some designer, and then resell it back for a profit, obviously at an Upwork cost. Right? And so that's what Amazon FBA is in a nutshell. So let's talk about the barrier of entry. The barrier of entry is obviously one of the ones that is a little more expensive than the other ones I'm going to mention. So it's between $3,000 to $4,000 for starters. Now, this is not for everyone, right? So it depends if you want to go into high-end products and you have some experience in it already and you decide to take a break and want to go back in. That's a perfect way to get in. You can try to go back in with $3,000 to $4,000. It's a good way to test some products so that way you can see which ones are profitable, right? You don't want to just throw it all your eggs in one basket into one product, but you want to kind of spread it out. And I think $3,000 to $4,000 is generally the average of what I've found after speaking to people who've done it for years and years, what the best number is. Okay, that's the range that I recommend you stay. And that's also including costs of taking your photography and also finding a good launching service to get the beginning stages of your business for Amazon FBA started. All right, so now let's talk about the business structure, right? This structure of the business is really based upon your earnings is really based upon the margins that you create, right? So if the less expensive your product, but the more on demand it is, the more you can market the price and the more money you can make. So for the structure of this business, all the work is upfront, meaning you got to go ahead and do a lot of research upfront to see what products are actually selling, which ones are in demand. You find the product within your price range, right? And making sure that all the boxes are checked before you go ahead and move forward. And after you do all the front-loaded work, you get your pictures, you get them on, you find a manufacturer, you find somebody you can trust, you fly it in, you find a way to fly it in and land it, and you can find a way to benefit off the margins. Once all those boxes are checked, then you can move on to talking about how much money you can make. So now let's talk about earnings. With Amazon FBA, your earnings can vary greatly, as with any business, right? If you choose the wrong product, you're least likely to succeed. But that's why product selection is so important, and the product being on demand is so important as well. And so that's why you need correct guidance if you don't already have experience in this field before beginning Amazon FBA. Okay, and so your earnings, I've seen anyone earn from $1,000 on their first month or their first week to upwards of $800,000, even sometimes $1 million per month. All right. Now I'm not sure if the million is sustained month after month, but I for sure have seen more than $100,000 a month, okay? And so these are the types of earnings that I've seen with Amazon FBA that you have the capability of earning as well if you put in the work up front. Up at number 2, we have Shopify. Now, Shopify dropshipping is another popular model as well, mainly because of the barrier of entry is so low. So number 1, we're gonna talk about what Shopify dropshipping is, okay? Now, I only say Shopify dropshipping because it's the most popular or one of the most popular out there, but dropshipping in general is a business model or structure where you can take, again, a wholesaler's item or product and funnel it and create a niche website or a general website, however your approach is, and sell it on a Shopify powered website, which you can customize to your liking and to your customers' liking, and you can go ahead and put it out there for the world to see, so that way they can see what products you have. Now, with this structure, you also have to realize that advertising plays a huge role with this as well. So although the barrier of entry may be very low, there's a bunch of little costs that you need to take account for. So when starting Shopify, that you need to understand, okay? So number 1, barrier of entry Usually for Shopify, we recommend anywhere between $500 to $1,000 at the very least to start. I would say anywhere between $1,000 to $1,500 so that you can create that wiggle room for yourself, so that way you can go ahead and purchase the services or the things you need in order to increase your chances of success. Number two, we're going to talk about the work structure now. The structure of this model is that in the beginning, you're going to have to do a lot of work to pretty much get your Shopify store set up, get your products, to find out which products are profitable by seeing which is popular. You're gonna have to do a lot of niche industry research to figure out which products are popular. You need to decide on a niche so that way you know which products to look at. You don't wanna just be looking at everywhere. You're just gonna be spending a lot of time for product research. And notice the key thing here between the first two, product research is very important. After you find your product, you go ahead and set up your website on Shopify.com. You go ahead and customize it. You find a logo so that way it customizes it to yourself. You also have to take in consideration that these plugins you need at Shopify so that way you can separate yourself from the competition. Shopify offers plenty of plugins so that way you can say, you want a red banner, you want this style theme banner, and we have plenty of people who actually create their own customized Shopify themes that they sell, or they say that has brought them a lot of profit based on the way it's set up. You can take a look at Shopify.com and see what themes apply to you or appeal to you, and you can move forward from there. Okay, so that's pretty much the structure, and the structure of it is like you really have to be on top of your Shopify business each and every day. It's not like Amazon where you set it up from the beginning and it's like creates this money machine throughout the month where you just check in after the front load work is done. Shopify is really geared towards folks who really love to have their hands in the mud day in and day out, reaching out, talking to influencers to kind of see what products they can promote for them. If they have, let's say I'm selling dog leashes that kind of light up at night, the dog leash would be the perfect product to be promoted on an IG page that talks about I love dogs, right? And so you want to go ahead and ask an influencer and see how much they charge, and so that way your product can be featured on their page that has a huge following or a large enough following for people to go ahead and be interested to go ahead and purchase your product, okay? So after that's done now, then you have to really, keep in mind that your margins are not going to be as high as you would be able to get in Amazon FBA. But then again, it depends on the product, right? But I've seen people grab anywhere between 5 and 20% keeping as profit after their product is sold, okay? Which means that whatever price they listed at, the manufacturer takes his cut as far as the cost of the product, and you keep the difference, all right? And minus any other fees that you may accrue along the way. All right, and so that's that. And so as far as the earnings section, again, like all of these scales are technically infinite, but for the majority that I've seen anyone making a couple thousand a month to anywhere upwards of 100 to 200,000. It's really like hard to gauge like how high, because there's really no technical ceiling. But you can really scale it as far and as wide as you want to. You just got to really do your research and in the product research to know if you can promote that product and does it have demand. Those are the two main things that you need to look for when figuring out which product to promote. And that's essentially Shopify dropshipping. Now, the third business model I want to talk about that is going to be Facebook ads agency or digital marketing agency. And the reason why this one is actually one of my favorites is because it just really vibes with my style of doing business. I like to do people-to-people work, less work behind the desk, but really more interaction with folks. I do like my alone time, but also this business also allows me to go out and talk to people and do outreach, which I thoroughly love to do. So now, before we get into it, what is a digital marketing agency, or what is Facebook ads agency? Well, simply what it is just that you can find local businesses or local companies that need assistance with their marketing. All right, so, and you come in as the expert, obviously being trained. You're not gonna just say you're an expert and go out there and just, try to make something happen. These are people's businesses in your hands, so you have to realize that. So educating yourself is very important. Again, finding a mentor or finding a course or finding something online, even the free information you can get on YouTube can help you become more proficient in these areas, so that way you can provide the service that these companies deserve, right? And so the goal is to bring in most likely more leads, more clientele, more customers into their business, pretty much making them more lucrative. And so the way you do that is, Facebook has over 2 billion active users on a daily. So you got to understand that, okay, well, if that's a fact, 2 billion active users whether that be a month or a day, that's a lot of active users that's out there waiting, and all you have to do is grab their attention. And so you can master the art of ads or marketing. And from there, you can bring in leads to these companies that are suffering because they just didn't grow up with that era. They really don't have experience in that niche, and they do what they do best. They run their business. So you come there as an expert or a subject matter expert. They will pay you for the expertise that you bring to them. So digital marketing, the barrier of entry is essentially $0. All you need to do is actually learn the skill on how to run Facebook ads or ads on other social platforms such as Instagram and Snapchat. Okay, the popular ads that these businesses use in order to get there. Now, how do you get clients? Obviously, you would offer your services free for a certain amount of time, I would say about a week or so, just so that way you can show them proof of concept that you can bring them more customers. And so who wouldn't want to hire you after that, right? If you're able to bring in more customers, you're obviously making them more money, which gives them the higher likelihood, maybe upwards of 99% chance of hiring you, because who wouldn't want to make more money? And so with that being said, once you prove yourself, once you get that first client after learning the skill, you will earn the confidence of other businesses around. And word of mouth gets around pretty quickly. So be in mind that whatever you do so with confidence, because that will exude in the work and the type of interactions you have with these businesses. These businesses don't really know exactly what's going on day in and day out social media wise, because they're so wrapped up in the work that they do. They're so wrapped up in their business. They do what they do best, right? Their strength is running their business. Your strength is bringing in, expertise coming in to offer to run the ads for them, or maybe manage their Facebook page or their Instagram page for them. And so learning to be a digital marketer is going to be a very key, high level, high paying skill that people are going to be willing to cough up cash for, because they don't have the time to learn it. And so somebody like you coming in with all the expertise that you need in order to give them results or provide them results, that's really all you need in order to succeed in this business. Now, the model, the structure of this business is pretty much simple. You bring in clients that you're able to provide services for, meaning bringing customers, more clientele, giving them what they need in terms of results. And in turn, they pay you back a retainer fee or a share profit style payment, per month. And there is, work to be done, obviously, at home, where you can work from your laptop. This is sincerely the laptop lifestyle type of business, if that's what you're into. Okay, very hands-on at times, but then most times you're just pretty much watching the ads run and just maintaining analytical type data, so that way you can keep and stay ahead of any trends that you're noticing, stopping ads. So I enjoy that part, and I also enjoy the interaction with the customers. That's just what I like to do, and I also keep my eye out for the next one coming up as well, which I'm excited to mention as well. And so now talking about how much you can earn, I mean, like I said, the sky's the limit, but with this, obviously there's going to be, there's only so many clients that you can take in, right? There's only so much time in a day that you can really have to work on all these clients. So eventually you'll have to, if you'd like to continue to expand, hire on people to help you, or staff or outsource staff to help you kind of keep up with the demands that you'll be able to bring in. So there is a cap to this, so to speak. It's whatever you can pretty much handle, but it's not infinite, okay? And so keep that in mind when you're starting an agency, but it's very, very, very lucrative, and it's very low barrier to entry. All it requires is literally your will and your grit to get through the learning process. Once you do that, you can go out there and tell the world what it is that you're able to do for them. And in return, because you solve a big problem, you are going to get paid for it. Coming in at number 4 is going to be affiliate marketing. It is by far my most favorite, and here's why. You make money while you sleep, and all you have to do is talk about things that you like or products you've known, tried, or have interest in, right? And so once you do that, you literally can make money while you sleep. What's the barrier of entry? Well, the barrier of entry is essentially 0, or it can be paid. Depends which path you take. So there's a free way to do affiliate marketing, which is pretty much selling other people's products and referring other people to products if you tried, and you in turn get a piece of the pie once the company is paid. And so with that being said, so the barrier of entry is 0 if you decide to say use a free platform like YouTube, make a video about a product and kind of just leave it on there. You have to make sure that keywords and everything is cool, so that way when it goes on YouTube, people can see it or are able to find it through your tags and description. Now, if you go the paid route is a little more complicated, requires a little bit more cash up front. Now, and it's nowhere in the thousands or anything like that unless you're trying to scale. But But with the paid traffic, you got to figure out which route you want to take. If you want to do Facebook, you got to know how to do Facebook ads. Boom, you see that? The previous skill could help you in this skill, which is why I saved it for last. It's my favorite one. So if you know how to run Facebook ads, if you know how to run Instagram ads, and you know how to market correctly, you can seriously make some heavy cash in this business model. Affiliate marketing is one of the most, I believe, overlooked sections that people don't have to take the time to learn. It does take some learning, and it does take some cash, and it does just take some, mentoring in order for you to do the best at it. But it can be easily started for free. It costs you nothing to do it for free, okay? You just gotta set it up correctly and have, like I said, the will and the grit to start. And once you do that, you'll be able to transition over to paid traffic, which will then allow you to scale once you know what's working. Once you try what's free and you know what's working, now you can throw up some cash because you know what's working, you know there's a demand for it, and you can go ahead and scale to the moon. Now, for the structure of this model, it's all over. It's the internet. That's the structure, okay? You find a product pretty much that it has demand for it. First of all, what I would highly recommend is pick a niche. My niche would be the health niche. My niche would also be fitness. My niche would also be nutrition, right? Because I have a background in medical. So I would go ahead and focus on that niche because I have a little bit of expertise in there. And so I would feel more comfortable reading through and figuring out which products would benefit a certain audience. Once I find that, I will either do a video or I will do a advertisement marketing to the audience that will benefit the most from the product that I found, okay? Because it's in my niche of expertise. Once I do that, I would use a free platform first to test out, to see, like YouTube. You can also try, places like Instagram videos, and you can tap into influencers that way, or tag and use hashtags and all that to try to, get a crowd, or find an influencer who's willing to promote your stuff on Instagram, so that way you can see if there's demand. All right, and once you do that and you figure out what's working, then what I would do is start doing paid traffic, whether it's YouTube ads or Facebook ads, to that particular product, so that way I can scale to the moon to the audience that I am certain there's a demand for. So making sure those boxes are checked will allow you and set you up for success. Now the earning, this is the most hilarious part. So I went to a trip to Affiliate World Asia with a couple buddies of mine, and what I found was that there's really no cap to affiliate marketing. It's really who's the best marketer or who's the best tester, meaning who has the better ability to market more uniquely or creatively to the market. And whoever does that the best technically wins. I've watched a group of people teach how to make $50,000 a day. I've watched one man team. I said one, okay? One make over $1.2 million per month by himself, running solo and native ads. A little advanced terminology if you're not used to affiliate marketing, but it's affiliate marketing in general, just a different type, right? It's amazing the scale in which you can take affiliate marketing. So I do affiliate marketing as well as running my digital agency because they kind of work in tandem. I'm learning how to market either way, and the skills are interchangeably used between the two industries. So to recap again, the top 4 best businesses, like I said, would be Amazon FBA, would be Shopify, drop shipping or just drop shipping, digital marketing or Facebook ads agencies, and also affiliate marketing. Now, I don't know what you've been doing for 2019. I would highly suggest you actually take a look at some of these business models and take action. To help you take some action, I have links below this video that will take you to 3 of the businesses that I mentioned, the top 3, and they have a link, of course, the affiliate links that will guide you to a course where you can find out if it's for you. If you like handling analytics and data and doing a lot of upfront work, Amazon FBA may be for you. If you like doing the hands-on each and every day, getting your business, checking out your numbers and looking for the next best thing or trends, Shopify dropshipping may be for you. If you like to talk to people and connect with people and you like to help businesses and love the fact of like always learning how to do new ads or marketing type tactics, you can do Facebook ads marketing. And everybody and anybody can do affiliate marketing as long as you put in the work, all right? So those are my tips to you. Again, check out the links below. Subscribe if you haven't already. Freedom Nation, I love you always, and I'll see you until next time. But go ahead and check out these videos that I've done already talking about Shopify drop shipping, and I'll see you. Peace.